If you love Labubu as much as I do, you're going to love this video. I've rounded up 12 knitting and crochet patterns that you can make for your own Labubu. I'm Nicole, and this is the Professor Purl YouTube channel, a space where I talk about knitting. Before I share the knitting and crochet patterns, I thought I'd first share about what a Labubu is and how I got into making clothes for them. So a Labubu is this little monster that's on a pendant, and when you purchase it from Pop Mart, it comes in a blind box. So they have different series, like they have a Big Into Energy series here, have a seat, different kinds of collections. They come in a blind box and you open them up and you don't know exactly what you're gonna get, but you know you're gonna be getting a Labubu from that series. And so it's a surprise. This one, and they have different names. This one is Luck. And my daughter and I had a very special experience where we both got Lucks. She has two Labubus. She has Luck and Serenity. So cute. The reason why I wanted to make this kind of roundup video is because I've been having so much fun making little hats for my own Labubu, and my daughter's had fun too. So she's 7, so she's like knit a little scarf for them. She's made some pipe cleaner headbands and things like this. I went onto Ravelry and found a free pattern that I've used to make 5 hats so far, and I want to make some more hats for my friends that also have Labubus and things like this and don't knit. So yeah, here's my kind of pile of hats that I share with my daughter, and yeah, I'm having so much fun knitting these. I want to make more hats, but I mean, I've already made 5 hats. I think it's time for my Labubu to have a skirt, a sweater, something like that. So I went to Ravelry and there's so many fun patterns. I made a bundle of 12 that I like. That'll be linked below if you use Ravelry. And there's a range of patterns from free patterns to paid for bundles. I'm going to share those patterns with you, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to start next. To be honest, I have another hat going on right here. But once this hat's done, what's next? So I'm going to pick from one of these 12 patterns. So let's get into them. First pattern I'm going to share is the gateway pattern for me, the pattern that got me into knitting for my Labubu, and this is the Labubu Knit Beanie Hat by Stephanie Connolly. It was published May 2025. It uses DK weight yarn, which is like a medium weight yarn in between like a sock weight yarn or a thick yarn you might use for a sweater. I have quite a bit of DK weight yarn in my yarn collection, like scraps from different projects like sweaters, thick socks. So I knew that I wanted to use it to make these hats, and that's what drew me to this pattern. Plus it was a free pattern. There are 55 projects on Ravelry. I have not entered my projects on Ravelry yet, and I've made 5 of these hats, and I'm on my 6th hat, kind of modifying it. So this hat does a 2x2 rib, so knit 2, purl 2. It has 2 different finishings. This hat is 1 round of decreases, and this hat is 2 rounds of decreases. It's just a lovely pattern. It fits the plush pendant little head so perfectly. The pattern says it uses 25 to 27 yards, so just a small amount of yarn. I have made a lot of these and weighed all of mine, and all of mine weigh about 13 grams if you weigh your yarn. So this is a very popular free pattern on Ravelry for Labubus. Next up is the Bubu Cardi by Ginko B. This is a knit cardigan. It was published July 2025. And it only takes 35 yards of fingering weight yarn, so like a thinner yarn. Again, if you're somebody who knits socks and things like this, you definitely have 35 yards of fingering weight yarn you could use to make a cardigan for your little friend. I definitely have this on my wish list to make, and I have some yarn picked out for it. And I have so much yarn left over. So this is a mini skein I bought a long time ago, and it has 133 yards, but this only takes 35 yards. So I actually could make several of these cardigans for myself or my daughter and her friends that have them. And I am thinking that might be fun to do. This is a really fun purple. I think that would look good with the look. I also have this left over from a sweater I made. I was thinking that might be really fun as well. So you can tell it's like just the thinner yarn would be great for that free knit cardigan pattern. This has currently, as of today, 36 projects on Ravelry. I hope to add to this. This looks fantastic. And the designer is somebody who I've checked out her patterns before. She's got lots of really beautiful patterns. So even though it's a free pattern, I'm sure it is really well done. The next free pattern I'm going to share is a crochet pattern. They are the Labubu Socks by moonyxsarah or moonyxsarah. So yeah, these are crochet, and this pattern was published June 2025. It takes light fingering weight yarn. So again, sock yarn would probably work. It doesn't say how much yarn you need, but since they are socks for these little feet, I'm thinking not a lot. Scraps will do. And the reason why I chose this pattern in my list is my daughter was sharing about how she wanted to make her Labubu a ballet outfit. And so I thought it would be fun to crochet or make little ballet slippers, and I thought this would be a great free pattern to modify for that, or to make in pink or black like a ballet slipper. The next free pattern I want to share is also crochet, and this is the Labubu Beanie. It honestly looks a lot like this beanie, but the crochet version, so I thought that would be really fun to share. I definitely have gotten more into crochet over the past year. This channel is mostly about knitting, but I am crochet curious, and so I feel like this would be a really great pattern for me to try to do as a newer crocheter. So this Labubu Beanie is designed by Stephanie Jessica Lau. It's published in the All About Amy website, and it uses DK weight yarn, and it takes about 28 yards of yarn, and it looks like a wonderful free pattern. And in this pattern particularly, I think what makes it stand out to me is that there is a YouTube tutorial that's also for free with it. So as a newer crocheter, I think this might be really fun to try because I could also have a tutorial. The pattern looks like it's done differently than this one. So this one, you knit the circumference up. For this crochet pattern, it looks like you go around the Bubu head like that. So a different construction. It's definitely on my wish list to try. As of today, there are 19 projects on Ravelry, and I hope to add to that as well. That's all the free patterns that are in my bundle on Ravelry. That's called Labubu Love. Now I'm going to hop over and share about the sweater patterns, the single standalone sweater patterns. The first sweater pattern I want to share is the Labubu sweater by Tara Johnson. This was published June 2024. It uses fingering weight yarn. It says you only need 14 to 16 yards, which is interesting because that's less than the cardigan. So I don't know. This one only has 9 projects on Ravelry, but I would probably make sure that you have like 30 yards just to be safe. But again, that's a minimum amount of yarn. And there's a disclaimer on here that this is the first knitting pattern that this designer has ever written. The cost is pretty minimal though, which is $3 CAD, which is Canadian. And it's really cute. It's a nice little pullover. I am curious how a sweater like this would pull over the Labubu's head because their head is kind of big and their body's smaller. I think that's what drew me into the cardigan, but I think as long as you did a stretchy cast on and bind off, it should be fine. This same designer has another pattern, which is the Cozy Cable Labubu sweater by Tara E. Johnson. It was published June 2025. There's 13 projects on Ravelry. This one does not use fingering weight yarn, but uses sport weight yarn, which is like a thicker fingering weight, something in between a fingering and a DK weight yarn. Again, it says it only uses 14 to 16 yards, which may be true. I feel like I would personally have 20 or 30 yards to be safe. It's knit top down, and there's very sweet little cable details on it. I think between this and the last sweater pattern, I think I would want to try this one first because at least it has like a fun little kind of design on it to give it some interest. Thicker yarn, so it might go a little faster, but it looks so sweet and cute. The next pattern I'm going to share that is also a standalone pattern is really unique looking, and I think would be super fun for Halloween time or fun for springtime, even though it doesn't have a lot of projects on Ravelry. And that's the Labubu Headdress by Shino Craft, and it only has 3 projects on Ravelry. It looks so cute, and it was published September 2024, so kind of one of the earlier Labubu patterns on Ravelry. I use a sport weight yarn, and you can just have so much fun with this, like making your Labubu a little headdress that makes them look like a flower. Like, how cute. I think it would be so fun to get kind of a coordinating little color that makes it stand out. I think if I had a green one, it would be even more fun to make it kind of like a sunflower looking or daisy looking headdress. I think that could be really fun. It is $3 USD. Yeah, and I am surprised that it only has 3 patterns on Ravelry, but it would be a really fun addition to your Labubu's wacky little wardrobe. I'm going to share 2 more standalone patterns and then share some bundles. So the next standalone pattern I want to share is the pumpkin costume for Labubu. This is by Chloe Elizabeth Birch. I'm obsessed with this, and this makes me want to crochet more. It's spooky season, or I guess it's almost spooky season, and I just love the idea of dressing up my little Labubu as a little pumpkin. There is a Labubu that is in a pumpkin. It's on my wish list on PopMart app, but they're so hard to get that I just might need to just crochet my own pumpkin outfit. Okay, back on track. This was published August 2025. It uses DK weight yarn. It uses UK terminology, and it is 2 pounds. And so it comes with the PDF crochet pattern. And they're so funny. They say, because you're Labubu or you're Lafufu, we don't discriminate here, deserves to dress up. And yeah, so cute. So basically it looks like a little one piece that kind of looks like a pumpkin and a little hat topper. Just so sweet. There's no projects on Ravelry, so I can't, there's no like peer review here to say like to compare other than this pattern. So I don't know, but I feel like it's a small project. It would be worth a try. Also crochet from the same designer, I found this other outfit, which I think could be a costume for your Labubu for Halloween, or it could just be a cute outfit. And that is the Harvest Outfit Labubu pattern. It's crochet, published August 2025. It uses DK weight yarn, also 2 pounds. Same deal, a bottom and a top. It's just the bottom is like these little overalls. And I was thinking, even if you didn't want the little flower in the center, you could just do the overalls, or you could just use the floppy hat here. So in a way, this feels also kind of almost like a bundle tangent, because you are getting 2 pieces of clothing in both of those patterns. And yeah, so both of those patterns make me want to crochet, which is good. All right, I have 3 more patterns to share, and these last 3 are bundles, meaning you're paying for 1 pattern, but you're getting multiple in a pattern. First bundled pattern I'm gonna share is the Bubu 5-in-1 by Ginko B. I already shared Ginko's free Cardi pattern in this roundup. This is a paid for pattern, but it comes with flexibility of 5 patterns. So the pattern name is Bubu 5-in-1 because you get a tank top, pants, a skirt, a dress, or overalls. It was published July 2025, uses fingering weight yarn, so like sock weight light yarn. It's $5 USD. So basically, since you're getting 5 options for your Labubu, it's essentially like almost like $1 per pattern. and they are so cute. You definitely could use your scraps, or you could take multiple scraps and color coordinate with it. I think you could have a lot of fun. This one really stands out to me because the dress kind of looks like something that I could make a ballerina outfit for, because my daughter wants her Labubu to have a ballet outfit. So I was thinking I could make kind of a tutu, or make like this outfit here with like a pair of ballet slippers from the other pattern. So I think that could be so cute. This dress with the ruffles really stands out to me. I love like the little sweet I-cord ties at the top. I actually personally have designed a tank top for children called Golden Hour that has a similar tie. So I really like that. And these patterns are really standing out to me, and yeah, I hope to make them. All right, the last two bundles are made by the same designer, and it's like they designed a bundle of patterns and then maybe had so much fun they designed a part 2. So 2 separate wardrobes. So this Labubu wardrobe set is designed by Mackenzie Mullen, and it's knitting. And interesting, this pattern bundle uses any gauge or any weight yarn. So let's say you've got DK weight yarn here and some sport weight over here and some fingering over here. All that could work in this pattern, because the way that she's designed it is essentially by gauge, or how many stitches fit in an inch or 4 inches. And I haven't bought the pattern, so I don't know like what that exactly looks like, but it is really nice that this bundle has flexibility. Similar to the last bundle, there is overalls and things like this, but it is different from the other bundle, because in this bundle, while there's an overlap of overalls from the last bundle and this one, this bundle is different. It includes a sweater, or maybe 2 sweaters, a Worsa weight sweater and an Aran sweater, and it includes something called a wee shawl. Like, so if you're a knitter, how cute. You can make your own Labubu its own shawl to match a shawl maybe you've made. Yeah, so you get overalls, a wee shawl, a Worsa sweater, and an Aran sweater. So you get these 4 patterns, and the cost is $6 USD, so it's a little bit more than the last bundle, and it has 1 less pattern. So the cost per piece for Labubu is just a little bit more, but I mean, hey, it's, I think, very reasonably priced, because you're getting a bundle of patterns, not just one. My last bundle is the same designer that I just shared. It's the Labubu wardrobe set part 2 by Mackenzie Mullen, knit as well. Same price, $6 USD. In this pattern, you get a little ribbed hat. That one doesn't stand out to me, but it does have a little short sleeve like cardigan that's striped, and a purse. The purse is so cute, and also a dress. So you can give your little Labubu a whole fit with a hat, a purse. To me, this one might be worth it just for the little tiny cardigan and the purse. The dress is similar to the Ginko B ones in a way, except it has less ruffles, and there's a hat I could get. There's a couple of hat patterns out there that are free already. But if you like the purse and the cardigan, I do think this wardrobe set would be worth it. The designer does not call it a dress, but calls it a pinafore. Very cute though. And in the back, it looks like it has a little cross with like little crossing straps with like itty bitty buttons. It's very cute. So those are the 12 adorable, cute patterns for Labubus that I rounded up for you. Let me know which ones that stand out to you the most, or that you might be interested in making for your Labubu. I think the Ginko B Cardi or the Ginko B bundle might be up next for me. And yeah, little tiny knits, but big joy for me. I'll be back, but next time it'll be with like more human-sized knits and not just little Labubu knits. Thanks for being here today. Bye.